I'm currently looking at the cryptocurrency regulations in Hong Kong, and based on my research, it is reported that currently there is no specific regulation aimed at specifically restricting cryptocurrencies in Hong Kong, but it is important to note that there are hidden risks for many investors, which a lot of people don't consider. So, for example, if you put your savings into interest earning crypto platform, there's plenty decentralized platforms that will do that. Unfortunately, you do not really know if your cash is being protected. What if, for example, the cryptocurrency exchange goes bust, disappears from the market, all the cash, which is specifically not cash but cryptocurrencies, which has already been invested and locked, will just disappear. So, for example, with Ethereum, you have to lock 32 uh, coins, which considering one coin at the date of 4th of February 2022 is about $2,600 roughly. Um, it is a hefty amount of money, 32 Ethereum. There's things that regulation could eventually address. So, for example, we we realize that self-regulation doesn't really work. So, what the authorities in Hong Kong could do is they could try to reduce misleading advertisements on exchanges claiming that crypto investments are, for example, safe, provide much higher returns than other forms of investing. Uh, this could also be considered as rigging the market, lying to investors. That must be looked, definitely. Many argue that, for example, criminals can use the nature of crypto to launder money, which is possible. So there should be certain regulations. Um, Many cryptocurrency exchanges so based on the research that I'm seeing here and on my personal experience, as I have an account with Binance, for example, um, users have to submit ID. Um, they have to show their accounts, obviously personal identification numbers. Maybe that should be mandatory, as it is necessary for wallets to be tied to someone. That could be argued about security reasons, but it, in my personal opinion, I think it should be considered. People are able to be identified in the cryptocurrency world. Uh, so, for example, other issues that arise are the stable coins. So, you see certain cryptocurrencies like USD Tether, which is the biggest stable coin by market cap. Uh, Considering the USD Tether isn't sharing their paperwork, their accountancy information with anyone, not the Federal Reserve or anyone else. It's not publicly available, any of that information. How do we know that, as they claim, USDT is being backed by the American dollar, one to one? We don't know that. So maybe one day this information could be publicized, or markets could collapse and you see investors can't access their money anymore. So this should also be looked by the Hong Kong agencies that specifically regulate financial assets such as cryptocurrencies. Um, so essentially we need proper regulations. Although it can be argued against regulations, as certain cryptocurrency advocates, they say security, anonymity is important, but at the same time, regulations could help to further develop and integrate cryptocurrencies into the wider economy and the market, and people will feel as if it's safe if it's regulated by cryptocurrency by a government. So, for example, back in 2021, for my university's dissertation, I did research on hospitality. And it was said, specifically in China, it was said that um, people, more than 72% of people answered that if a hotel is approved by a government agency for, for the hotel, that if so, as long as the hotel is green and it files its papers, green hotel means sustainable, basically operating in a sustainable manner. It basically uh, so once it is backed by a government agency, it's licensed officially, people feel safer to actually go to that place. People feel as if it is established and they're willing to pay slightly more for the hotel. So it's very important to see those things. Um, no regulation is perfect, but integrating cryptocurrencies into economies and making it official will actually, in the end, be better for innovation. So, thus, it could actually help cryptocurrencies and governments alike. And it will likely let more people believe in cryptocurrencies and realize their potential, because the potential is there. And some governments and regulators know it, especially if you deep dive into cryptocurrencies. So it is very important for specific regulations to come into place so cryptocurrencies can be intertwined a little bit more with the economy. Maybe not completely. Thanks.